Welcome back everybody to 31 70s horror movies for Halloween, where I'm counting down my favorite 1970s horror movies. So we've made it to the top 5, everybody. So the movies you are going to see in this top 5 list are not only my top 5 70s horror movies, but they would be in my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. So in the number 5 spot, we have one of my all-time favorite Stephen King movies, Carrie.
We're all sorry about this incident, Cassie.
It's Carrie!
We now have 3 versions of Carrie, 4 if you count the Rage Carrie 2. We have the 1970s Carrie, we have the made-for-TV Carrie, we have, of course, like I said, Carrie 2, and the Carrie remake that came out in the 2010s. I still haven't seen that one. I'll get around to watching it eventually. I absolutely love the original Carrie. I love the atmosphere. I love Sissy Spacek as Carrie. I love the prom scene. For me, like again, I've only seen Carrie and the made-for-TV Carrie remake, made-for-TV Carrie, but I love the prom scene in the original Carrie. It's one of my all-time favorite scenes in horror in general. I absolutely love Carrie.
Trust me, Carrie.
For me, Carrie is the perfect slow burn. It's the perfect example of the right way to do a slow burn. So many people say slow burn means boring. I say not when you do it right. Carrie does it right. A good slow burn horror movie is a horror movie that it focuses on a different genre, and you have horror happening around the story, and it slowly invades the story. Carrie is your typical teen movie, you've seen teen movies like this all the time. The outcast is starting to be accepted by the in-crowd, It has that typical feeling of a high school movie. But it's being invaded by horror, because in this case, the horror invasion is Carrie has telekinesis.
Creepy Carrie! Creepy Carrie! Oh!
It's the perfect setup. We know Carrie is an outcast. We know she's being tormented by her peers. And we know she has telekinesis. We know that telekinesis is going to come into play, and a lot of people are going to die because of it.
Harry, look, I'll tell him that you changed your mind. Just sit there, Mama, and don't say a word until I'm gone.
I think Sissy Spacek is the perfect Carrie. I'll save my reservations for when I actually see the remake, but I don't think anyone can replace Sissy Spacek as Carrie. She captures that vulnerability in the movie. You feel so sorry for her, and when she finally does go to the prom, we're so happy for her. We kinda wish the movie would end here because we like her so much, but we know that it's going to end badly, and when the inevitable pig's blood comes into play, all hell breaks loose in one of the greatest slaughters ever captured on film. Some of my favorite things in movies are the little moments before shit goes down. Those little things that make you say, uh-oh, something really bad is going to happen. And Carrie has one of my favorites. It's a very quick moment, The blood gets dumped on Carrie, she's covered in blood, it's devastating. Everyone's laughing at her, or at least in her mind everyone is laughing at her. And then there's that one moment where you see her head tilt down. And you just see that look in her eyes. And it's that is one of the greatest oh shit moments in horror. Because you just see that look in her eyes and you know this is going to end badly. There are going to be bodies all over the place in a few minutes. But the thing that I find so interesting is that, yes, Carrie kills so many people, but she's not really the villain of the movie. If anything, she's a victim just like everyone else. She's a victim of bullying, and she gets bullied to the point where she snaps and her powers take over. So, I mean, I've never really felt comfortable calling Carrie the villain of the movie, as opposed to her mother, who is the real villain of the film, because she screwed Carrie up so much.
Why didn't you tell me, Mama? And God made Eve from the rib of Adam.
People are picked on in school, and bullying is a serious issue, but a lot of times your home can be your sanctuary away from school. But with Carrie, going home takes her to her ultimate bully. I mean, if in all seriousness, Carrie's mother is Carrie's greatest bully.
God visited curse. This was like this was the second curse, and this was a cursed child.
Even more so than the bullies at school, and I'm not excusing the bullies at school, you know, no, they're horrible people, but Carrie's mother is her greatest bully because she's at home. She's at Carrie's home, which is supposed to be her sanctuary. So Carrie doesn't really have a sanctuary. And the damage that her mother did to her only added to the damage that was done to her at school, and that all culminating together and making her snap and kill all these people.
I mean, all the kids think I'm funny. I don't want to be. I want to be normal. I want to start to try and be a whole person before it's too late for me to...
Carrie is one of my all-time favorite horror movie characters, but I can't really put her with the villains because, again, I don't really think she's a villain. But, you know, like, if I were to do a list of my top 10 favorite horror movie characters, Carrie would be very, very high on the list. So, yes, this is, like, one of my all-time favorite Stephen King movies. My all-time favorite slow burn horror movie. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I watch Carrie every year in October. As we get closer to Halloween, I always pop in Carrie. I cannot celebrate Halloween without watching Carrie kill a bunch of people at her junior prom.